economists and the brightest political minds could not have spotted it. They just took it and flushed it down the toilet when it came up. That's all.
So, Sean, I appreciate that sharing, man. You got me fired up.
You
You got me fired up because you made me see that.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm just saying I appreciate it.
Love you, brother, and I will be contacting you soon because I do have a couple things up my sleeve that I may need your thoughts on.
All right. Man, I appreciate it.
Out here.
Thank you. Call in number 773-591-1690. Paul, I see you. Smith, I see you too. I want you to hold on. We're going to go to Wanda right now. Wanda, how are you? You're on the Social Justice Hour. Wanda? Okay, Wanda. I don't know if Wanda's still holding on or not, or maybe I can't hear her. I'm going to go on to Tommy. Wanda, you've gotten disconnected. If you call back, I'll put you to the top of the line. Hello?
Hello, Attorney Fenton. How are you this afternoon?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. Let me leave you with this.
Can you turn that down in the back there? You got something going on
let
in
me
the
turn
back.
it down for you, bro. All right, watch this. Let me leave you with this, okay? First of all, there is no earthly reason why any black person in this country right now should be all up in arms about a job. 30 years ago, you were told that the jobs were leaving. We had no agenda when this president went into office. We did not go and ask and start talking about jobs. We did not go and ask and start talking about the injustice of the justice system. We did not ask about why in the hell can't we get equal protection under the law all across the country on one side of town, shootings, robbing, murders. Right. I mean, no economic development. I mean, we did not ask any of these things. We sat back and we said absolutely nothing. And for that gentleman who called talking about he had the super majority this and the super majority that, you know, history continues to keep telling us that white people do not like black people, period. And so all of a sudden, everything changed when a black man went into the office. You had people standing up talking about they hope he failed. You had people talking about the one thing that we hope is that he's going to be a one-term president. Thought the man in every which way, shape, or form. I'm not blowing his horn. I'm not sitting up saying I'm an Obama fan or anything else. No, I'm a common sense fan. And the common sense says that the more and more we start this nonsense back and forth, well, who the hell are you going to vote for? Yeah. Let's take a look at it. You didn't vote in the midterm elections, and what did we get? Now we're going down to the wire once again with the presidential election coming up. Who are you going to vote? I don't give a damn if you don't vote for President Obama. But one thing we ought not to do is vote against our own interests. As far as a job, you didn't have one before. You didn't want to have one after his speech. You won't have one in 13 months, so shut up.
Man, I got to cut you off, but you have got me fired up. I really appreciate that sharing. But you know what? You are absolutely correct. We did not take the time out once again to create an agenda for ourselves, let alone put forth or fight for our agenda being effectuated in this great system. We did none of that. So, but then when we see legislation or a proposal, Americans Job Act or the Troubled Asset Relief Program, then we get to hooping and hollering about how it's not going to affect us. You are absolutely correct. You know, it's Michael Jackson. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Why the hell didn't we should have been camping out on the White House lawn or outside that big black gate, if it's still black. We should have been camping out the next day when he was elected. We were throwing parties. We were jumping up and down. In fact, when he had his birthday party, it was full of black folk. Jay-Z, Chris Rock. And we talked about that on the air. So why didn't we assert our agenda? Why didn't we say, hey, President Obama, you know, great job. Now let's talk about this little thing about, you know, the disparity in sentencing between, you know, offenders, drug offenders who sell crack cocaine and those who sell powder cocaine. And you all are saying to yourself, why is he talking about that? There are more important issues. Well, you're probably right. Education. But guess what? We got jails full of black men because they're now they should be admonished. But 20 years because you were caught with, $10 or something in your pocket, and then somebody else across town got 2 pounds or 10 pounds and they're doing, a slap on the wrist, 6 months. That was one of President Obama's platform issues, was the disparity in sentencing. You get locked up, you get something on your head, it's almost a wrap for you. It's out of control. I'm going to Paula. Paula, how are you? Thanks for holding on. This is the Social Justice Hour.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, hi. I was listening, and I usually don't call in, but I had to say something now.
Here we go.
I hear everybody talking, and it seems as though everybody points the finger at President Obama.
Not the last caller, but go ahead.
And I'm trying to figure out why would we be, first of all, it seems like the conversation carries to past tense, what we didn't do wrong, what we should have did, what he could have did, this, that, and the other. Why can't we go forward as a people and decide and come together and decide on an agenda instead of talking about what we don't have? Can we talk about what we should be doing and come together with that? What do you have to say about that?
I said you're absolutely correct. And as you were speaking, I was sitting here pondering and saying to myself, what is it that I can do to move our agenda forward? And, I have an answer for myself. Right now, of course, stop foreclosure attorney. I'm in the courts. I'm fighting. I'm working with people in loan modifications and so on and so forth. But I'm like, you know what? We should, I can start the movement to make certain that banks adhere to the rules, if you will, or the guidelines that were put forth to them, that they actually accept it, which are, they will provide loan modifications for people who meet certain criteria, and they're not doing it, so that's one way. But,
but attorney, excuse me for
go
interrupting,
ahead.
but the black people had problems and issues they go way back. So why are we putting everything at his feet?
I don't think we're putting everything at his feet. I do agree with you in that we do need to go forward. Talking about what happened when is, not productive. But what we have to talk about now is how can we, are our interests being addressed? And
right.
More than addressed. What is being done to affect our bottom line? How are our communities, being improved as a result of these policies and these new laws and statutes and so forth? But I think we do have, we're to an extent, though, although I'm not going to take any blame off ourselves, because I'm definitely the type of person, I put blame on me first. Until I've done everything that I can do in my power to make something happen, I can't talk about anything external to me.
And that's what I hear people doing. Constantly, complaining, and this ain't right and that ain't right. What are you doing?
Yeah.
If you would go forward, if you would talk to some of these shorties and pull their coat and have a conversation with them, because a lot of times they think that people don't have any respect for them because they don't talk to them.
Yeah.
So they disrespect you so they can get some attention.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate it, Paula.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, man. You all got me breathing. 773-591-1690. 773-591-1690. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Smith, hold on. Jermaine, hold on. I'm doing good.
Man, I've been seriously listening to this conversation.
Oh, man. My blood pressure is up.
Ahead. Whenever somebody slams us down, we got to find another strategy and keep moving. And you know what? I am glad to say that I have kept on moving.
Good.
When Judge Norgal told us that case we had, the reparation case, consolidated case, he said, no, we should have kept on moving.
Right.
When H.I. 40, when John Conyers said, I'm not going to wait on it, I'm going to wait for, I'm not going to do anything, I'm waiting for the Democratic conference, we should have kept on moving. And you know what I'm moving on now?
What are you moving on?
We should be using the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We need to bring this mess to the world court and let them know that our rights are being denied.
Wow.
And you know what? Why do you think so many countries call America ugly America? Ugly America. We're always interfering with other people's business and don't take care of our own business.
You're absolutely right. It's like,
so I'm just hoping that everybody would join in COBRA, because we're about moving this forward. Not about sitting, waiting to see what's going to happen. We got to be proactive.
I appreciate that, Sharon Barbara.
We meet every fourth Sunday at Washington Park Fieldhouse, 2 to 4 p.m.
I appreciate
Everybody
that.
know where Washington Park Fieldhouse is?
We got it, Barbara. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Keep up the good work. We got to bring it forward.
Thank you. This is the Social Justice Hour. You can call in at 773-591-1690. It's 773-591-1690. Jermaine, how are you? Thanks for holding. We got Jermaine on the line. Let me try that again. Jermaine, how are you?
I'm good in yourself. I have one small statement.
Let's do it.
We as black people love symbols more than we love substance.
You are absolutely correct. I want to write that down.
And as long as we continue we got a black man in office but can't give us no substance, and the black woman, brother, you better not dare say anything.
Let's say something. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
I critique my mother. I critique my mom.
Man.
You can't say nothing about the president without the woman feeling offended.
Hey, they talk about Oprah, and I get offended when you talk about Oprah.
I don't care for her either.
Hey, let's not talk about Oprah. That's a different conversation.
That's what I want to say, Tony. You're doing a great job, brother. I love you, and keep up the good work.
I appreciate the call.
And substance should be our topic.
Hey, if I had a pen, I would write that down, but I'm going to try to remember. We love, what's that again?
We love symbols over substance.
I think you might be right. I appreciate the call in, Jermaine.
All right, thank you.
Keep listening. Florence, this is the Social Justice Hour. Question, comment. You've been holding on for a while. We got Florence.
Hello?
How are you? This is Attorney Fenton.
Hi. First of all, I want to commend you and thank you for this platform. Every Saturday I listen to you. I think you should hold a town hall meeting, and maybe we can get more people to come out and talk about it. But the first thing, I agree with what your callers have said thus far. Either you're part of the problem or you're part of the solution. And we can't talk about the past. I mean, we can talk about the past, but we can't change the past. And what we need to look at is the future. We need to know that if we don't get up and go to the polls and vote in this next coming election, is that the Republicans will take control of the Senate, the Congress, and the White House. All these government programs that we have in place for ex-felonies, government programs for mothers who have to have child care. These programs are going to go on the desk, on the board to be cut. So we need to be proactive and try to find a way to get people out to come out and vote so he will have a second term in office to do some of the things we want to do. And then we will have that opportunity to go at the White House, sit on those stairs like you talk about, and get some of our issues, some of our concerns addressed.
Florence,
and that's my comment
I'm jumping in. Don't you leave yet. But, I mean, what should we expect from President Obama with respect to the interests of a market, which is the African-American voter market that he received, 95, 98% of? Should we expect anything? I think Florence.
I can't hear you.
I said, should we expect anything from him in light of the support? Okay. Florence couldn't hear me. I'm going to go to the next caller, Mr. Smith. I won't say Mr. Smith. Smith, how are you? This is Attorney Ernest B. Fenton at the Social Justice Hour.
Hello?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Pretty good.
Very well.
Hey, the question I'm asking is that the money comes from the federal government to the state.
Yes.
And we not even control the people that's running the state. We're not getting our fair share when the money come in. When it goes to the state, it's come to the city.
Yeah.
None of our aldermen, none of our state representatives are making sure that the money is split up right. We got the third airport that's supposed to be built. We put the governor in, but he didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And Madigan met with Boehner. Did we holler about that? No. We just went on and said, and the news people haven't said anything about that either. But we so much cutting each other up, we should be marching to make sure when the pie comes that we get our equal share. That's the bottom line. That's what we need to make sure we fuss and fight about, is our equal share when it comes to the state, when it comes to the city.
Yeah, so I guess
we're not doing it. We talk about everything but how the pie is being split and how we can get it. Those that didn't have jobs, you think they downtown marching? No, they're not even on a march.
So then that makes me think, and I'm thinking as you're speaking. So then that makes me think that we need to have better communication, dialogue, if you will, accountability on the part of our aldermen. State reps.
State rep, because that's where the money come in.
But are they really? They're not talking to me. I don't even think I know who my state rep is, and I know that's partly my fault. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you should be visible. You should be visible enough such that your constituency can't help but to know who you are.
Well, look here. I'm always in agreement. If the guy's not working for you, get rid of him. If he got 4 years, if he don't do anything, get rid of him. And the only way you get rid of him is come out and vote.
Yeah, seems like we got to do more than vote. We got to do a little